trillions will flow through cryptos like Stellar XLM, and Zioncoins will benefit. How am I deriving at that? How am I getting to this conclusion that these trillions will flow? Well, before that, please like and subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and I can keep delivering more content like this to you more frequently. Now, with that aside, getting back to the actual matters of the fact, it's simple. Liquidity, utility, key fundamental factors of the matter. But how are those components going to come in to the ecosystem, to the Stellar XLM ecosystem? Well, we need to look at automated market making. And as I said in the previous videos, that is what we'll be looking at. AMM. Today, it is going to be all about Kelp. And unfortunately, we've lost a member of the team in the Stellar community, which I was unaware of. Nikhil, who is the head developer of Kelp, the bot for the Stellar system. It's a great bot. It works. However, the UI is a little buggy. But it's these types of systems that are going to bring in the liquidity. These systems are providing a utility for the Stellar XLM ecosystem. And looking deeper into it, I did manage to spin up the program on my VM. I've done so on my local machine years ago, but I spun up the program on my VM, the UI, just had a brief look at it, and I had another look yesterday evening. It is a bit glitchy, I'm not going to lie about it. I did speak to Nikhil. He is the one that told me that he was no longer with Stellar. But he did say that if you wanted to develop on it, it shouldn't be too difficult to iron out the glitches. And really, when you go back on Nikhil's videos, you can see that this bot can be used not just for the Stellar ecosystem, it could be used for other stocks and shares. So I'm going to invest some time looking into trading with the bot, making markets, testing out the different strategies, but understand this, I did test it live, and I'll show you a video shortly, on Zioncoins to make a market. And you have to understand that because of protocol 18, you're not going to see all of the orders on the order books. Be aware of that. And that is because you have liquidity pools and path payments. And with path payments, you don't see those orders on the books. I do need to look into the liquidity pools and see where the spread is in order visualization of where the market is currently, because you can't just look on the order book to understand where the market is. I was buying XLM a few last week, let's just say, and on Poloniex, which is STR, and yeah, the spread was quite wide, so I went in between the spread, and my order was picked up instantly, although it didn't look like it would do. I thought I'd see it on the order book, so that clearly implies to me that they're using protocol 18 on that. So be aware of that. Just because you see a wider spread doesn't necessarily mean that your order will be placed there. It might get consumed instantly, and that's what I found out with Zioncoins. There isn't much liquidity in Xi, but I live tested it, and yeah, boom, Stellar XLM was consumed straight away. So what we'll probably do is set a lower threshold for liquidity, a lower price, to maintain a decent spread. That's all you got to do. And then at that point, because we've triggered it, this is something that I've done before, the market will find its true price after that point. So I'm going to set a price, and you could bet your bottom dollar that somebody else will be setting the price, not just me, because path payments, liquidity will be consumed. Okay, whether that's buying and selling of Zioncoins for different assets. So all I want to do right now is just jump to a quick video of those XLM being consumed from the Kelp bot, or via the Kelp bot, creating a spread, and then we can actually have a look at the setup. I'm just going to show you briefly of my screen and, you know, the processes that I'm going through, setting it up on the virtual machine. If you want the full screenshot of it, I could do that if you like, and I'll use Nikhil's video. There is a video of it, a screenshot video where you can see the screen clearly, to set up on Mac and Windows. So if you want those, please comment down below and I could do that, not a problem. Otherwise, Nathan, take it away, please. Okay, that's great. Thanks for that, Nathan. So as you can see here, I've made a market, Doris the helpless dolphin, and helpless she was, because whilst making this buy-sell order on the GUI, Xi had made 4 bids, and those bids were taken up real quick, but there was no spread made up from it. As you can see there, moving over to the market, and you can see the spread that was made, the current spread, and the spread that was made at the moment. And I can tell you that that got consumed pretty quick. My guess is that it's gone through path payments. Let me just change the screen. Yes, I am on my VM. I just adjust the screen size so it fits. So this is my EC2 instance running Kelp, and as you can see, I've made this spread with Zioncoins. Yeah, there's your other markets there, and these are the current buy-sell trades, obviously with the spread. Scroll down, so you can see the sell spread is a lot more. What we would like to see is a buy spread a lot more, but I think where there's not been liquidity in this asset for a very long time, you'd imagine people might want to be selling out from it, and so there would be a lot of selling pressure, but obviously because of that, the asset will find its true price, right, for the buy sell offers. At the moment it's 1.3 to 5. So yeah, obviously the key is to get the network effect, and that probably means that the asset has to try it through true price, so price would likely come down, and that's where you'll probably find liquidity. And then as it's being used more and more often because of the network effect, the price is more likely to increase. So yeah, we checked the Stellar Expert. You can see 604 lumens was on that account. Refresh, you could see that we've bought a few thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 almost XLM, sorry, 3,000 Xi, and that's been consumed, and we've got 16 XLM left in the top left hand corner. So yeah, you have to be really careful if you're making a market, because if you want to make a market, understand that your XLM or USD, whatever you're trading against, could be consumed pretty quick. And as a result, my order for buying Zai was consumed straight away. It didn't look like it came from the order book. It may have come from a liquidity pool, path payments of that source in liquidity. Yeah. That's public key. There you go. And yes, again, we have the equivalent of $85. That was where we started from, 2,400 Zai. Now we've got 5,400, because that page hasn't been up. I haven't refreshed that page. So let's go again, and we go on the page refresh. There you go, 5,379 Zai, and we have 16 XLM left. So, you know, in terms of trading, you have to realize that your XLM could be consumed in one go. This is just a test. I've got a few accounts that I'm going to live test with the UI. It is a bit glitchy. I probably personally would be using the CLI to CMD interface, just because I'm familiar with it from when I used it before, and there's a lot more available on that. And as I said, Nikhil's not in the Stellar ecosystem anymore, but I've still communicated with him on Keybase. He's still there on Keybase, and yeah, he's just given me a few pointers. He did say, you know, to iron out that, you know, a few of the glitches shouldn't be too much of an issue, but at this point, you know, I'm not there. I don't have that time, so this is why I'll use the CLI. But you know, you can use the GUI. It does work. Again, it's a bit glitchy. Really good to do your tests on, though. If you're going to use it on a test net, perfect. Probably better to familiarize yourself with the GUI, and then maybe try using the CLI. That's the way I would go. Hadn't had the choice, you know, earlier, but we only had the CLI when we used it earlier. So yeah, you can see these prices are not changing, and these are the prices again that we had before and after. So again, I'm going to keep stressing, understand that your assets could be consumed. You may not see it in the order book because it's going for a path payment. All right, that's just what it does. Path payments will source liquidity, whether it's for any assets, whether it's I'm going to say on an order book, or whether it's through a liquidity pool. It will look for the assets that way. And there you go. So maybe we'll just have a look at the setup. I'm not going to show you the whole video because it was really long. It was about half an hour of me trying to set up, but you get an idea. I used an old VM and deleted it, so I won't delete much more than that. Anyway, Nathan, the setup, please, sir. Okay, guys, so this is my instance, my virtual machine. Now, you can see where it's all hosted up here. Obviously not properly, but you can see roughly. I've downloaded the binary, so all that's left to do now is extract. I'm using Windows. This is my virtual machine because I'm using a Windows machine anyway. So we're going to extract all, and we're going to extract it to the desktop. All right. And Nikhil, if you watch the Kelp videos, Nikhil guides you through how to do this using a Mac, and then explains to you what to do with the Linux one. Okay, so it should be fairly straightforward. So we go into this and what did it say? Open this. You need to open CMD and run it from there. So it's saying open CMD and run it from there. But I believe we can open here. And is this the right one? GUI, yes. Instructions on Windows. So, instructions: run Kelp. Install. To do this, you can right click. This, you can right click here. Alright, right click. Then what did it say? And that should download the Ubuntu apparently. So let's have a look. This will download Ubuntu 18.03 TLTS, which is 230 megabytes. So could take some time. Restart your computer after this step. Change this to apply correctly. Run the default. So run this one, number 2, and then run the install script again by right clicking on the script and select run with shell. This will attempt to install Ubuntu. So let's start with that. We'll restart Windows and it will restart for us, just like a normal system. Again, this is a virtual machine. I've spun this up on AWS. So here we go. So right click. Then what does it say? Right click and click on run with PowerShell. Right click, run with PowerShell. All right. Then what does it say? Scripts, press yes. So that's Y on the keyboard. So here, Y, yes. Y. And enter. All right, now it's going to run that. This seems a lot easier on the Mac to do. Don't have to get involved in any of this stuff. And so that's going to run our Ubuntu script. Then it says this will install the Ubuntu LTS, which is 135 megabytes. Okay. Restart your computer after this step for LWS changes to be applied correctly. Let's have a look. Distro is not found to be installed on the system. Attempting to download and install. So it's going to install it. So yes, I am filming from the log cabin. I'm sitting here in my dressing gown at the moment. It's quite cold. I put heating in here, electric heating, but may put a wood burner in here at some point. But I doubt that. I can't be bothered, to be honest with you. And time is very, very precious commodity. Nathan, back over to you. That's great. Thanks for that, Nathan. Sorry the video is getting a bit long. I would show you more, but I think what I need to do in this video is provide the links just so you get there quickly without actually having to visit the repo, although you'll need to visit the repo, so I'll put the repo's link in the description so you can download that, have a play about. My best advice is to run it off a virtual machine. You can run it off your own machine, whether it's your Mac, whether it's your Windows machine, it doesn't matter. Run it on any of those computers is fine. The instructions are there to do that, and I hope to see you making markets on Zai. As I said, liquidity will be sourced from Zioncoins. Liquidity was sourced from Zioncoins. We did the experiment, and it's a risky business. So be aware that if you try to make a market, Path Payments will source liquidity from Zioncoins, and whether it be it wants Zioncoins, whether it be it wants XLM, it will find that liquidity and go straight in. There is utility there within inside of that. Okay, so this is how we build network effect. It's a dependable, reliable source for liquidity. Okay, and the way in order to reach network effect is to help the network find reasonable price, and by using bots like Kelp, we can spot a market, make a market, and deliver on that. So in the next video, I will be looking at, or videos to come, because something might come up in between that, I will be looking at making a market with Zioncoins on live. We'll be doing it live, okay? So we'll be creating a spread. It may not be on the UI, it will probably be on command line, but you could be sure that we'll make that market and ensure that liquidity is there within Zioncoins. I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. And the next one's probably going to be on AMA. You know the score. Take care now.